Hey, what's up you guys, it's Connor, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I think the last book haul that I did was in May, so it's been a few months. I haven't gotten a crazy number of books or anything like that, but I figured it's time to open up these packages, let you guys know what I've picked up recently, and move on. The first package in here is something that I ordered myself. I supported a Kickstarter on Kickstarter, so they sent me the book that I supported. So it's wrapped inside the wrapping, and it is Age of Legend by Michael J. Sullivan. This is the fourth book in the Legends of the First Empire series. I wanted to support this book because the first three were released by Del Rey, but because Michael sold the audiobook rights to someone else, Del Rey couldn't buy the remainder of the series because of a policy change, so yeah, so he has to self-publish the rest of the series if he wants it to be, published. So I had the first three books. I actually started the second book a while ago, but I never finished it because I moved to New York for an internship and then, life got crazy. I need to pick it back up and keep going with the series because I did really enjoy the first book. I did a book review of the first book, which is non-spoiler. I'll leave it up in the card symbol if you want to check it out. But I got the, special cover that looks a little bit different than the rest of the series, but I wanted it. And Michael J. Sullivan is one of my favorite adult fantasy authors. I think that his books are really good for people that are trying to start fantasy and are intimidated by high fantasy stuff usually. His stuff is not overwhelming. There are elves and dwarves and stuff, but you're not going to get confused and you're not going to get overwhelmed. I think that this series is a little more epic fantasy, and his other series, the Rhaeria Chronicles and the Rhaeria Revelations, is a little more high fantasy, meaning that the scope of the problem is a lot bigger in these books than it is in those, if that makes sense. It also follows a lot more characters spread out in this series, and in the Rhaeria books, it just follows Royce and Hadrian. I can't really tell you about the fourth book because I haven't even read the second one yet, but I'm really, really happy to have this, and I'm really excited that he kept the same cover artist, which makes the books all look like they go together. There were some bookmarks in here: Age of Myth, Age of Swords, Age of War, Age of Legends, and then another one of Age of Myth, and this one, Age of Legend, sorry, I said Legends. Legend is signed, which is awesome. And the book is also signed, which is pretty cool. And I got my name. Let's see, will it focus? Yep, there's my name right there. Because I supported the Kickstarter, which is so fun. Next up is this package, which is from Macmillan. In there was An Illusion of Thieves by Kate Glass. This one follows a girl who kind of escapes her life by becoming a courtesan for the ruler, the Shadow Lord. But when her brother is caught thieving, she kind of has to sacrifice her status to save his life. So then she's banished and she has to use her hidden magic to kind of survive. Then she discovers that there's a plot to take down the Shadow Lord, and she's the one that's going to try to stop it. I forgot to say that this one was published by Tor, and when did this come out? This came out in May, so I'm a little behind on this one. Next up is this one, Cursed by Thomas Wheeler and illustrated by Frank Miller. This one was sent to me by Simon & Schuster. Wait, Frank Miller? I know who that is. Wait, Frank Miller is the one who illustrated Batman, which is awesome. So this is also apparently about to be a Netflix original series, and this one is an Arthurian story, but this one is kind of like if the Lady in the Lake kept the sword instead of giving it to Arthur, whoever goes to get the sword. I don't know Arthurian legends very well, but yeah, this seems pretty cool. They also sent a sword, so a little letter opener, which is awesome. That's so cool. They sent this print, which says Cursed on it, and it's illustrated by Frank Miller, so that's awesome. Thank you guys. And in here, I think there's going to be 30 images or something like that. And see, there's some of it going on. So that's really cool. This is really fun. I like that a lot. Thank you guys. Next up is this one, which was sent to me by Macmillan as well. Rage by Cora Carmack. I think I talked about this in my last book haul. They sent me an arc of this book. This is the second book, I believe. I hate when they don't put the numbers on the spines. Yes, so this is the second book to Roar, which was released last year, the year before, I don't know. This one follows this world that is ravaged by storms, and these people have the ability to quell the storms using sand or stones or something like that. I haven't read Roar yet, which is, there's a picture of it. I think this one already came out as well. This one came out on August 27th. So yes, this one's out if you didn't know. And this one is from Tortine. Next is a book that Tony bought me. I randomly remembered this movie that I had watched when I was a lot younger that I absolutely loved. I watched it all the time. It's called The Halloween Tree. I did not realize that that was by Ray Bradbury. So I ended up getting a copy of The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury because I wanted to read the book because I didn't know that that movie had a book source material. I also didn't know that Ray Bradbury is one of the voices that's in that movie. So like, craziness that I did not realize that. This one follows a bunch of characters in this small town. It is Halloween and they're going around and trick-or-treating. Then they go to this creepy mansion and they get swept up in this journey through different time periods trying to save their friend. And it just explores what elements from different cultures influenced Halloween, how it is today. So I really, really enjoyed the movie, and now I get to read the book and I'm super excited about it. I really do wonder how they'll compare because I loved that movie so much. So I'm going to read the book and then I'm going to watch the movie and do a book/movie review together. And it's October, so that's perfect. And this one also has a signed book plate in it, which is awesome. And I loved Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, so I hope I love this one just as much. Next up is this package from Bloomsbury. I have no idea what's in here. And here is The Lost Tide Warriors by Catherine Doyle. If you guys don't know, Catherine Doyle is the author of a book that I read last year and absolutely loved. She wrote The Stormkeeper's Island, which is, I think this is the sequel. Yeah, this is the sequel to The Stormkeeper's Island. I did a book review of this book, so I'll leave that up in the card symbol if you want to check it out. But at the beginning of the first book, two siblings are on their way to Erinmore, which is an island off the coast of Ireland. They're there to stay with their grandfather, and their grandfather is called the Stormkeeper, and basically he is able to kind of control the weather of this island and is tasked with keeping this evil being at bay using his magic and like candles and stuff. And the problem is that he's been the Stormkeeper for an extremely long time and no one has been chosen to be the next Stormkeeper yet. There's also a problem because their grandfather is starting to forget things, and it just deals with the children having a relationship with their grandfather and their grandfather starting to forget things and starting to have symptoms of Alzheimer's. And I freaking loved this book. I read this one right before my grandfather passed away, so my grandfather had really bad dementia and this book really hit me hard. If you want to check that review out, definitely do. It's in the card symbol. I think I gave the first book 4 stars. I think I get emotional in the review. So I'm really excited to pick up the sequel and see where the story goes next because I did enjoy this one so much. Next up is this one from Macmillan as well. And there is In the Woods by Carrie Jones and Stephen E. Weddle. Is that how you say that? This one follows a girl named Crystal whose dad brings her along because he's obsessed with the paranormal and is trying to investigate this grisly murder that happens. Crystal finds a boy named Logan who's the only witness but says that he didn't witness anything. And then as these murders become a lot more serious, a lot more sinister, they're trying to figure out what is going down, what is happening. I'm not a huge fan of being scared. If you guys want to be scared or are looking for more YA thrillers, this one came out in July. So it is out and you can check it out if you want to. This one was published by Tortine. We're nearing the end. The second to last thing is this box that was sent to me by Simon & Schuster. And here is, in there was Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. If you guys don't know, Mary H.K. Choi is the author who wrote Emergency Contact, which was published last year, the year before. I don't know. I'm losing track of time. This one follows two characters. This one follows Pablo, who is a college dropout. He dropped out of NYU and he has tons of debt and he's working a graveyard shift at a deli. And it also follows Liana, I don't know, who was a child star, then she was a pop idol, and now she's just famous and is living her life being famous. They end up meeting and then they kind of develop a relationship and they're exploring themselves as well as dealing with the expectations of people in the world. It says, but as they discover who they are, who they want to be, and how to defy the deafening expectations of everyone else, Lee and Pob turn to each other, which of course is when things get properly complicated. This one came out on September 3rd, so it is out. And they also sent a couple of buttons, which are really cute. And yeah, check it out if you want to. And the last book in this book haul is this package, I believe. This one was sent to me by Simon & Schuster. So in there was A Keeper by Graham Norton. I was sent and I reviewed Holding by Graham Norton a while ago, so I'll leave that up at the card symbol if you want to check it out. But this is a new novel from him. If you guys don't know, Graham Norton is a pretty well-known Irish TV show host. And this one is about a woman named Elizabeth Keane. She goes back to Ireland to kind of wrap up things after her mother's passing. When she gets there, she discovers a bunch of letters, and as she's reading through these letters, she's discovering... Oh, sorry, books just fell down. But as she's reading these letters, she discovers that her mother has like a more interesting past than she originally thought, and so she's reading these letters to find out her mother's story. So I think it's going to jump periods between Elizabeth Keane in the present day as well as her mother in the past. Seems like it could be pretty interesting, so I might give this one a go. I wasn't the hugest fan of Holding, but I did enjoy it, so I'm going to give this one a go and see how I feel about it. I actually really like this cover. The waves are raised on it, so it feels really nice too. This one came out August 13th, so it's already out and you can check it out if you're curious. So those are all the books I've acquired since my last book haul. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below if you've read any of these books. Are you interested in reading any of them? Help me prioritize which ones I should be reading sooner rather than later. Anything else you want me to know, leave it down below and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.